Hello guys, welcome to the Trading Parrot. As you can see, the market is taking a little bit of a breather with the altcoins, and in today's show we are going to be looking at the coins that have done the largest moves. When it comes to the most intense pullback, we have VeChain that has done 45% up this week and now is taking a breather with 10% pullback. That is the one that is correcting the most and the only one with a double-digit correction, at least so far for the day. When it comes to the winners, we have the BitGet Token, DYDX. Both of them are with over 20% returns just for the day. Indeed, they are exchanges. One is centralized and the other one isn't. Get ready for the show because today we're gonna cover all the coins that are in this list. If you missed my video yesterday, you can see as well the list of the coins that we cover in the previous video. And also, as I mentioned in the video in the morning, tonight I will put a video together with Paul Barron, so make sure that you are subscribed to PVN channel. We're gonna cover the following tokens that might change, so just make sure you don't miss the video. Guys, if you like this type of content, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I put out one of these videos. Thanks so much for all the views and likes on the previous altcoin video. We got to 3.1k views and 370 likes. Guys, if we continue with this amount of likes on the altcoin videos, I promise I won't stop making altcoin videos this time. Starting with DYDX, it has had a very solid run from August until now, ranging on the weekly RSI from 29 to 65, which is incredible. Looking at the price action, we can see that on the weekly, DYDX has had not a great looking chart, to be honest. You can see on the weekly, this looks pretty much like the definition of a downtrend. But we have to give some credits as well. The coin was listed more or less when we entered in the bear market, and in March it managed to get to $4.1. But since then, it even broke the lows of the bear market, reaching sub $1 levels. And you can see in here this L that is appearing there, that is a signal coming from lunar crash, telling us that no one at that point was talking about DYDX. This means underperformance in terms of socials. And when people don't talk about a coin, it tends to do the reverse effect. In this case, go bullish. Not all the time, but that is the reason why I track socials. When something goes too quiet, I tend to think something is cooking. And indeed, after that, we had 5 green candles on the weekly, going from sub $1 into $2.3 straight away. This level is a level of resistance. It's not perfectly located. I will say somewhere between $2.3 to $2.4 if we want to align also with these levels of resistance there, with the support in January that got broken in April. And now here we are back again, hitting it as a resistance. After, or if we manage to break above that level of $2.3 to $2.4, we have the psychological level of $3 that was resistance in mid-2023, and the $4 again psychological, but also the top of 2024. Notice that the RSI on the weekly hasn't taken any breather, ranging from 29 to 65, which is just crazy. And at the moment, the amount of longs on the weekly is reaching the maximum that you can get. So it would be normal to expect DYDX to take a breather before managing to break the $4. Yes, RSI can continue going from 65 to even 90 or 80, and it seems that what is running hot DYDX, apart from the fact that we are in altcoin season at the moment, is that it's moving to Cosmos-based blockchain for V4 to optimize decentralization and trading flow. There are new markets listed in the exchange, now offering 167 new markets, and that is all awesome. We have to also think that probably there is huge competition to now conquer the best platform decentralized for trading using perpetuals, futures, and leverage. So I think now the coin needs to prove that it can break above 2.4 and re-enter in the hot area that we found ourselves in the beginning of 2024. If we focus on this area of the chart, you can see that we have done very big runs and we have faced level of resistance with big pullbacks, but this belongs to the bear market. But just to give you an idea that after having a rally that might end at $4, at $3, but eventually don't be surprised to see decent corrections on this coin, because this seems to be part of the nature of the coin in terms of its own volatility. I think the rally at the moment is getting extremely overheated and it's calling for at least a pullback for a retest somewhere in this area, if not touching actually the trend line, which if it did a move like this, it will hit support roughly at an RSI of 53, which at the moment is located at $1.65, just right above the 161, which held the price on 8th of April before breaking below it. So a good entry could be somewhere in here at the 160, and if it doesn't hold and you get lucky, get the 1.21, expecting continuation to the upside and assuming that we are still in an altcoin season. CRV is having its best week in this bull market. You can see that it has been in bear territory, not just the bear market, but also during the bull market. So I'm sure that people trading CRV these weeks are just euphoric. Let's identify levels of support and resistance. Since I haven't done it, I'm gonna do it together with you guys. And these are the levels that are more significant in my opinion. Let's just adjust this right there so it hits that, and this. And on this line, it hits support in all those places and resistance here. That is precisely where we are. We are doing an all-time high on CRV when it comes to RSI at 86. Look at the past history. We never been that overextended on the weekly. Once again, lunar crash, underperformance on the socials, called precisely for the breakout, which is just fantastic. If we look at the 1 hour as well, we can see that CRV has had a breakout pretty much at midnight today, and since then it has made a move of 15%. If you look at CRV on the weekly time frame and you place a trend line like this, that might give you a hint of when CRV could start losing momentum. At the moment, that has reached an RSI of 90. If you are already holding CRV, a breakdown from this trend line could be an opportunity to unload some of it. Sometimes if we are still in a altcoin season, this could rally below the trend line, which is like swimming against the current. Is it possible? Yes. Is it likely that you're gonna run that fast? No, but some people still can. So it's a matter of probabilities, and if CRV takes that opportunity to take a pullback, it could provide some decent entries depending on the timing. If it does it very soon and we are still with expectations of continuing the altcoin season, it might give you just another sweet entry. You can see how far we are at the moment from the volume weighted moving average, and reverting back to the mean, it's something that all coins eventually must do. So whether we are going to do that at an area of $0.85 or if we have a deeper correction to 43, but I wouldn't count on that. If we look at liquidation levels, 87 to 80 has a decent amount of liquidation, but also pinching the $1 could also provide a good entry as well. The larger liquidations start from $46 and below. That is only reserved for a general market correction if we get one of those. Let's go with BGV, the token from BitGetExchange, and you can see on this rally from the low to the high and back to the low, and notice I'm picking the low of 82 cents instead of this low in here because I consider this some sort of anomaly in the exchange. Maybe in some other exchange you don't get that, so I'm gonna just go conservative and pick that low of 83 instead of 53. And if that's the case, you can see how close we're getting to the golden pocket of 2.46. That's an excellent area to consider to take some off the table if you're still bullish on the token, considering that we can reach the 2 or the 3 extension at $3.9. That's fine, but it wouldn't hurt to take some out of the table at 2.46. You can see how exponential the weekly RSI is currently running. This is a token that, as opposed to CRV, this has been rallying non-stop since it got introduced. I've heard some news that they might reopen in the UK, the exchange. I'm not sure if they're ready for that. Just to give you an example, in 2022, from this low to this high, the extension shows that the token managed to get to the 2618 at this high. Currently, the 2618 is located at $3.5, which is roughly another 48% up from where we are. So in terms of risk to reward, at this point in time, hitting the golden pocket or being very close to it, I think the opportunity to take some profits and wait for a cool down is not too crazy to think about. VeChain is another coin that has had a very significant rally. It has already reached the highs of RSI from February February and indeed go beyond that. Earlier this year, it was trading at 51 cents and this week has managed to hit the order block located at 83 cents. Currently seeing some rejection from there. If we look at the 4-hour, you can see that on Tuesday we got very close to that resistance, and I can see there might be an opportunity here if you place an RSI resistance on the 4-hour. Ideally, you want to see it entering into the very discount area and engaging in a breakout from there. That, together with finding support at 51 cents, could bring a pretty cool second attempt to break above the 82 cents, given that this one so far hasn't managed to. All of that together with the socials starting to become really weak, which is great, and many shorts currently entering, which is also fantastic, is starting to look like a great setup that could form very soon. IOTA was listed in 2018, so we got plenty of price action to use for the analysis. You can see in COVID it was trading at 0.05, and at the lows in October it was just double that amount, which creates a really impressive range that spans all the way to $2.55. Just thinking that you can rally that from October and maybe hit an all-time high that is located at 2.3% above is just mental. But let's focus on what's going on right now first before we get too bullish on the coins. At the moment we are facing resistance at 44 cents, and the coin just this week got very close to 70 cents resistance, trading at 63 cents. RSI weekly has reached 82, and there's a huge concentration of longs currently, which I presume is high risk at the moment to enter. So let's go into lower time frames, starting with the daily. On the daily on IOTA, things are not looking that great. You can see that it's now starting to pitch the RSI in here, calling for a loose momentum event maybe. I'm also looking at the support at 43 and the fact that the longs got so overextended and at the moment they're heading down, potentially influenced by what the markets are doing today. On the hour, things are bouncing. For the day, we're still in the negative, so that's definitely influencing this price action in there. Hopefully it's gonna hold at 43. Maybe by the day it closes above the trend line and then it resumes the uptrend. Remember, this is a daily candle and it's still information, so it's not confirmed. Let's look at the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, we have a different picture, because if we place the trend line like this, and ideally we let the price fall a little bit longer, as long as it's below the red line, we could enter into an area of value for IOTA for another push up. But keep an eye as well on what's going on the daily close. You don't want to get caught on the 4-hour trading while on the daily you are doing something like this, because then you are trading on the 4-hour just against resistance with a higher likelihood of getting dumped. So it's always worth looking at least two different time frames. In my case, I prefer daily and 4-hour because I don't have time to be looking at all the charts at all times, contrarian to what you might think. So what do you do in this situation? What I do is I focus on the 4-hour and I see the breakout. If we get a bullish breakout on the 4-hour and we are about to finish the day in this situation, then I give priority to the daily and I say, we are about to close below support on the daily. I might not take that long. But if the daily retraces back above the support and the 4-hour is calling for a breakout, then we get the perfect scenario, because we are bouncing off support on the daily and the 4-hour is telling us we're gonna continue going up. And then you get your perfect setup. But watch out for too many longs in here. It's 3 p.m. so maybe by the end of the day, if things retrace a little bit longer, we can see less accumulation of longs, call it more longs getting wrecked. That helps the coin to find its way to continue going higher. It's very difficult to find so many longs winning at the same time endlessly. Let's look at the last coin of today. This one is Flow. It seems like I have done some TA recently. Let's add some new lines because we have new price action coming in. It's a very interesting chart for the weekly time frame. Since listed in 2021, this coin, unfortunately, it had to survive the whole bear market since listed on Binance. It was listed valued started at $35 and it has put a low of 39 cents. That's just incredible. In August and in November, it managed to put higher lows, create some sort of bottom information in here, breaking about 67 cents, and so far it has conquered the 94 order block, and it's halfway towards the next order block at 1.5. That has been support in 2022, so we are trading below the range of the bear market, and we are about to form a W formation that has the neck roughly at 146. There are many coins that I am reviewing that I have no clue about the fundamentals, and this is one of those. I am only doing the TA. I'm not a fundamental guy. I don't know the history, the company, the team, the community of every single coin. There are plenty of channels for that, but let's see if flow shows technical opportunity or if it's around the corner as well. So far it has had a huge rally, but hey, rallies can continue in an altcoin season, so here we are. On the weekly, if you want to wait for the breakout, then you have to wait until we are above 146, closing a weekly candle above that. I know that might take very long. By the time it does it, you will have forgotten about this video, assuming you are not taking notes or anything. So let's see what we can find on the 4-hour time frame. People were asking, can you go lower in the time frame to see if there is any micro opportunity on the tokens? If I look at the RSI on the 4-hour, I'm not seeing anything worth trading in here. Momentum seems to be kind of on a channel down, if you allow me to place it like this. We have bearish divergences on the 4-hour, and a great opportunity will have been on the 28th of November when there were so many shorts in here, and the reason the price has moved into 125 is because they got all smashed. The entry from Delta Long's shorts, the premium indicator, is right here. Something good is that flow is falling very quickly on the socials yesterday, meaning that very little people are talking about it. But apart from this potential local breakout in the making on the 4-hour, I don't see anything really tradable in the short term. And looking at the daily, I can see a little bit more light because we have something similar to what we were seeing on IOTA. That is thanks to the market currently making this move down, which is a breakdown on the RSI daily. It has been confirmed as opposed to with IOTA. You can see 5th of December, the candle was already below the support, and today we are just continuing. If the downtrend continues on this, which is quite risky at the moment because we have had already 2 days in the red and we are in a strong uptrend. You can see in here you get 3 days, 2 days, 2 days of red, and then the trend continues. And there has been fake outs. For example, in here it broke below, but right after this candle it just shoot back up, following what the rest of the market is doing, ignoring the breakdown. But the point is eventually the coin starts rolling over and one of these breakdowns becomes the one. The problem with trading altcoins is that they are really following what Bitcoin does, what the rest of the altcoins do, and of course Bitcoin follows the general markets, the liquidity, and other more macroeconomical events. And that's why when you trade altcoins, it's a lot more tough. That is because even though you break down, it might still push back up. Look at the shorts today. They're going nuts, shorting at the moment flow, and even though you get the breakdown, I don't want to be part of the crowd that is already in a short. If you were to short, I will do it when still the longs versus shorts is at 72, which was on Wednesday, or maximum on Thursday. At the moment, this is high risk to short, but maybe it's a good opportunity to add to your bag in this vicinity, particularly if getting very close to the 94 area, which was resistance all this time in here. So if the bleeding continues and you manage to get to 94, maybe that is a great area to add. If that doesn't hold, 70 cents could be another opportunity. Alright guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video. Remember, if you want to see TA on these coins that I have now on top of me, don't forget to watch my video on Paul Baron Network. I'll send you a reminder on Telegram once it's live, Twitter, and Instagram. And one thing I'm surprised is that only one person that won the NFTs has already received it, which is Bancos. But AI Trader, Kirin Kappa, Jordi, and CCT92, I am still waiting for their details so I can send them the NFT. But who knows, maybe they are thinking that it's a scam, that is not me. Well, in this video, I am confirming that you have won an NFT. One has already already been sent. The proof is here in the blockchain URL that I share on Telegram. Here is the transaction, and this is the NFT that now belongs to the user that won. You're always welcome to go to OpenSea and search for the Trading Parrots collection. There is 14,000 NFTs, and if you want to be part of the Parrot army, of course consider getting one early now that we are starting to enter into a bull market. You can see that the volume is picking up very quickly. Guys, if you want to trade altcoins, consider getting an account on Bybit. If you use the link in the description to do so, you can unlock up to 30,000 in rewards based on trading volume and get the lowest fees to trade. The reason I cover Bybit as the first exchange is because they have so many coins listed, not just on spot, but also on perpetuals. But if you are in the need of an exchange that doesn't require KYC, I've got two exchanges. The first one is called Bluffing, and I'm currently running this campaign up until the 14th of December, offering deposits and trading volume bonuses for all sizes of accounts. If you use the link in the description as well, you get the lowest fees to trade. Not needing KYC, it means that you can open as many accounts as you want with different emails. No one is going to ask you anything for withdrawals, deposits. You won't need a VPN. And the reason I'm offering two is because in some countries, there's a very short list of countries where you might still need a VPN to use Bluffing, even if they don't require you to do KYC. And as the second option in the description, you're going to find here 2bit with 9K bonus, 40% discount in trading fees. Pretty much a copycat of Bybit, very similar UI interface. Check out the links and decide which one is for you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.